What's going on? What's happening? It's Sunday. Victoria was just letting me know that she thinks it's gross when I flare my nostrils. I think she's just jealous because you can't do it.
I don't want to do it.
Interesting. Sounds like sour grapes to me.
You
wish you could do it.
No.
Try it. What happens if you try it?
I can't.
Nothing happens? You just don't have muscles there?
It doesn't work.
Can you like this? Is your nose just like, do you have a paralyzed nose? Were you in a horrible accident and you like lost the ability to move your nose?
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Hi, it's Sunday. That means it's Sunday live haul. I'm tired. I might take a nap after the show. I've been having, I'm sure some of you guys have gone through this before, but I've definitely been like, it's like I get tired out really easily and then I lose motivation, and that's been happening to me since the accident. Like I'm a lot better, but it's like if I do too much, then I get super, super tired. So yesterday I had to take a nap. I think today I'll have to take a nap, but maybe I'll get a couple of things listed, and then yeah, I got tons of things I need to take pictures of, but I can't take pictures till tomorrow because I think you still have a bunch of pictures left to take. But anyway, I'm telling you guys, I don't know about you, but I am tired. I'm tired right now. I'm just saying. Took me forever to get out of bed. I'm feeling a little lackluster. So you have to be the funny, silly one today. Go. Go.
You guys are shit out of luck.
3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1, go.
You guys are out of luck. I am not the funny one.
Gray skies for days are depressing. You know, actually, usually we have blue sky because we're in Vegas. Although we did have like 3 days this last week where it was like raining every day, and she was like really mad about it and like literally like yelling about it every morning. But yeah, so luckily we do not have it for days. But Angie says that she has narcolepsy and is tired all the freaking time. I know, isn't her hair cute with her little pigtails? I told her she was a copycat because of her hat, even though she had hers on first today. But I mean, I've been wearing this hat every day since I got it. So
pretty much.
You should have thought about that when you chose your hat.
Apparently. This is my hat that is from St. John. I went to a wedding. 2 of my best friends got married on St. John a couple of years ago. I love my hat.
Angie says it's going to be -12 tomorrow. That's not cool, man.
Angie, just go back to bed now.
That is not cool. Yeah, Thrift Chrissy, I do need some coffee, some caffeine. That's for sure. I saw somebody saying in the chat before we started, they've made some comment about being in Wisconsin and that they're moving to, I think it's Shamrock Pixie.
Yeah, Shamrock Pixie is moving to
Nevada. Where in Nevada? Do we know? That. Well, I'm supposed to remember that? Come on. Where in Nevada?
I don't know. I think they were looking at moving. They were looking at a couple of different locations, and we talked about Nevada. And
okay, well, sounds like they're coming to Nevada. So where in Nevada are you guys coming to? Because I would like to know. Yeah, Wisconsin to Vegas, or Wisconsin to Nevada. That's a big that's a big switch.
It's like a Rhode Island to Nevada, although Wisconsin, you get even more snow than we did in Rhode Island. So
Anyway, all right, it's Sunday, so Sunday live haul. It's our regular show.
I gotta tell you, a little bit more enthusiastic.
I gotta tell you, I'm not even kidding. Like, I feel super. Give me some of that. Give me some of that Diet Pepsi. I feel like I'm failing you guys with my lack of energy.
Very lackluster enthusiasm right now.
Hold on. Let me one more drink. Here we go. Okay, maybe if I just act like I'm all excited and crazy, it'll just like happen because I'll like
fake it till you
fake it till I make it. I'll just like warm up and like be sillier.
There you go.
I don't know if that's working very good. Angie, quit talking about my raccoon picture. How dare you? I also set up the My cat picture, my cat painting that I think we got, that was from Amanda, right?
Pharrell, yep. Amanda. Pharrell cat.
I'm sorry. Don't take a nap.
We're making them want to take a nap. That's not good. Don't leave us.
Don't do it. I'm so sorry. All right. Seriously, guys, though, I'm feeling, usually I don't have problems with motivation. And I feel it right now. And I don't know if it's just because I have so much stuff, because I have like a really big pile of stuff that needs to be photographed so I can list it, or what it is, but it's weighing on me. So tomorrow I'm going to have to, because you're doing pictures today. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, if you guys don't know this already, or if you've forgotten, tomorrow is a postal holiday. So there's no mail tomorrow. So no shipping tomorrow if you don't want to. So tomorrow I'm going to have a full day to do stuff. So I'm going to be taking pictures. So I need to do it. I need to get those pictures.
I've been taking pictures for a few hours now, and I have probably like 10 more things to take pictures of. I've got a few hundred pictures under my belt so far.
Yeah, you're getting a lot more done than me. But Sharon Harper just busted out $2 super chat and said this should pick you up. I don't know what just happened there. Super chat, she's super chat. Y'all. See, I just passed out.
It's ridiculous.
Angie's that what narcolepsy looks like? And pretty much I was just like that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, being overwhelmed will naturally make you tired. Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true. Anyway, hey, Jimmy's in the house. Jimmy, get it? Jimmy house. Jimmy in the house.
Jimmy Haas in the
his house.
Bad. It's bad.
Anyway, okay, so let's start with our numbers for the week. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay,
mine are horrible.
You know what? Okay, so my gross sales are pretty good, but my costs are so high right now because I sold a lot of stuff that I bought new. So between my shipping costs and my promoted listing fees and all my fees and my cost of goods, it's kind of crazy. But I got my handy dandy little spreadsheet courtesy of Teresa Cox. So we got right here week ending 1/19/2019. So as you can see, eBay outgoing orders, I had 35 items that I sold on eBay and 7 items on Etsy. Etsy's still pretty slow, although I've had a few really good sales, individual sales, but overall, my sales on Etsy are still way down. eBay, I'm doing okay. So 42 total outgoing orders. For eBay, my gross sales, $1,716, and I believe that says 98 cents. I'm reading it backwards here. On Etsy, my gross is $386.43. So my total gross sales for the week, $2,103.41. Let's go down to costs. Shipping, $256.60 for shipping. I had a lot of international orders. Promoted listing fees, this is between eBay and Etsy, $109.21. And so my total fees altogether between both platforms, $361.62. That's a lot of fees, guys. And then my cost of goods was super high, $358. Ooh. So I ended up with a total net sales of $1,127.19. My average sale price was $50.08. I got to tell you, with the promoted listing fees, I'm doing trending rates on eBay. And one of the things I really wish that they would change, because I do best offer on everything. And one thing I would love is being able to see whether or not an offer is made on something where they promote, they clicked on the sponsored version of my listing, because it really makes a big difference. Like if somebody, some of the stuff that I sell, like I sold a jacket that I'll be showing you guys, over $100, the promoted listing fee was like almost $10. And when I accepted the offer, I mean, I'm still okay with the offer that I accepted, but it kind of makes a big difference. If it's going to cost me another $10, I need to know that when I'm making a decision about how much I'm willing to accept in an offer. Because that's, $10 it's kind of a big little, chunk of cash right there.
I'm with you. We need to have that showing there. Shamrock Pixie's looking at Summerlin, I think you mean. Summerlin and Henderson. Those are the two best areas in the Las Vegas area for sure. We live in Henderson. And then there are different parts and pockets in Henderson that are good. Some are not so good. Las Vegas proper, as it were, has several more sketchy areas, but Summerlin and Henderson are the two best areas.
Yeah, those are the best like little neighborhoods of kind of the Vegas area. Definitely more spendy. Like Henderson's probably more affordable than Summerlin, I'm assuming.
No, they're both
Or they're
pricey.
both about the same. I know they're both pricey, but Summerlin is even pricier, isn't it?
Summerlin's a little pricier, and then it depends. Summerlin's a little far out, and then there's also Centennial Hills, which is where Sandy, who is in our chat, often Rags, lives, and that's a really nice area as well. But it's a little less expensive because it's so far out. But it's a newer.
Yeah, see, Susan Sanders is in Summerlin.
Yeah.
Lorna says that if she could see that the promoted listings thing, she would also use best offer more than she does. She hardly uses it because of promoted listings. That's the thing. It's like we need to be able to know that we're going to have to pay that amount, pay that cost. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it would play into how much I was willing to accept for sure.
Vintage Violet asked, do you track individually? No, we use the summary on eBay for the to get the
track individually for what?
For promoted listings, I believe.
For promoted listings, you can
go into promoted.
I actually add them up. I actually add them up individually.
Oh, you do? Well, you can go into marketing promoted listings, then you can just click on last 7 days.
Okay. See, I'm just making more work for myself. But you can actually see like the sales. You shut your mouth. You can actually see like a list of all of them. So I'm actually adding them up individually.
So we get Fat Cat Slim said, hello, everybody. New Year's goal is to start saying hi to everyone. I'm always here, but watching in the background. So,
hey, Fat Cat Slim.
Fat Cat Slim.
Hey, Fat Cat Slim.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right,
you go ahead.
Mine are horrible. Horrible. I've had probably the worst weekend. I thought last weekend was my worst weekend on eBay ever. This might be my worst weekend on eBay ever. I don't think I've sold $300 in the last 3 days total. Okay, so 35 orders on eBay, only one crappy one on Etsy, for a total of, between the two, $1,479 for the week. My shipping was a little lower than Katie's, $234. Promoted listing fees on the
way lower than me. You were like half of mine.
Yep. Promoted listing on the two platforms, $25.85. So total fees between promoted listings, eBay fees, and PayPal fees, about $180. I always round it. And cost of goods, $114.
Your cost of goods are about a third of mine.
My cost of goods are always a lot lower than yours, though.
I had quite a few new items that cost me anywhere from $15 to $50 was my highest price thing.
And so my total net is around $925. My average sale price is $41.
All right. So I think, like I said, my Etsy sales are still way down. My eBay sales are doing okay. Although I feel like this last week, it was kind of an anomaly because I haven't really been listing much. We had Jimmy and Robin in town. And then I'm out of pictures. So it's like, I have a feeling that that's going to catch up to me, and we'll see what my numbers look like next week. But I barely was able to list anything yesterday or today. So we'll see. We will see.
We got Leslie live in the house. She never makes the live ones. She's always working. DJ, do you get charged by using Markdown Manager only? No. Your Markdown Manager is free if you have a store, and running sales in your store, there's no charge to do anything like that.
Yeah. Somebody else commented or had a question about something. I'm trying to see. I don't remember what it was. Sorry, guys. So, I know what it was. Being able to see the actual zip code. Kara Cooper said, being able to see the actual zip code where something's going when you're doing best offer. Now, this doesn't happen a whole lot. I go by the state. It would be kind of difficult because usually when the person makes an offer, I mean, it tells you where that they're located. And usually that is where it goes. So it doesn't happen that often, but occasionally somebody will make an offer. And what drives me crazy is when this happens where they'll make an offer and it'll say that they're in Canada or some other country. And so then you really, like, for me, because I do my own shipping direct, it makes it, I can take lower offers because I know I'm going to save a lot through shipping. And so, yeah, and then I go to ship it and suddenly they're in Washington State or something like that. And that drives me nuts. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does happen,
it happens enough to be annoying.
It's frustrating. Now, I will say that if that does happen to you, you're more than able to go ahead and cancel that sale and put it down as a problem with the buyer's address, because you did agree to sell them something at a certain price based on their location, and that's not where they're actually located, or they changed their address when they checked out or whatever. But yes, I agree that that's an issue. So
yeah, Jimmy did offer to take pictures for you. A lot of people have offered to take pictures for Katie.
Okay, but we were busy. It wasn't
to let anyone.
No, that's not true. People offered to help me take pictures. People offered to help me take pictures. I do not need help with taking pictures. We had other stuff we were doing. Jimmy didn't have time here taking pictures either. We were all out doing stuff together. So it's just something I need to do. It's not something I can't do. So I will be fine. But I appreciate it, James. I appreciate it. Anyway, those are our numbers.
Yep, sorry, they're not that exciting. Hopefully we'll both start to get back into the swing of things. As of this week, I know that I am definitely back into full-time working the way I usually do, listing at least 100 items a week. So hopefully, this is what's going to happen. The sales will follow.
Yeah. So yeah, it just, I don't know. I think for me, it's like I'm in such a habit of like the way that I work, and I go. And then now it's like I've been so kind of somewhat removed from like those regular routines. And so it's been kind of hard. And plus it's like my body, it just gets tired out a lot easier. So it's like more frustrating, but it'll all be okay.
Angie, we added the links to our last video, and they'll be on this video as well, that have the backdrop that we're using, the roll down backdrop and the light. It's on the bottom of this video.
Yeah, it's in the list. Well, yeah, if you go down, if you click on show more underneath this video, if you're on like a desktop, and then you can open up like everything underneath the video. There's a place where it says affiliate links, and those are affiliate links, but they're for all the different things that we use, from our zebra printer to our labels to blah, 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 blah. And included in there, I think the first two things on the list is the pull down projection screen and the ring light that we're using right now. And so far we're super happy with it.
I made a post just on Instagram this afternoon because I'm taking pictures just to show you, anyone that's on there or follows me on Instagram, to show what the actual pictures look like. Not edited, no filters, just the one ring light and a little side light and the pull down screen.
So this is your first day. This is your first day using it, really?
For hard goods, yeah.
How do you feel about it for hard goods?
I'm loving it. Honestly, I've been through, I said this in my Instagram post, in the, almost 15 years I've been selling on eBay. I've probably been through 5 or 6 different lighting setups. I've been through 3 or 4 cameras at least, and that was before using my cell phone. Right now I'm using my cell phone and these 2 things that cost less than $150 total between the backdrop and the lighting kit. And this is the best setup I've ever had.
And I just used it a little bit with t-shirts, but it works great for my clothes. So I'm totally happy with it.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's a little bit faster.
Yes, we're saying we have the affiliate link. That means that we get a small commission if you use our link to purchase it. But I will tell you, we have not been paid to say this. No. Obviously, this is just what we purchased to use. We purchased both of these things right before Katie's accident, and we just finally got them both set up in the last few weeks. So we're really just starting to get to use them.
Yeah.
It's really well worth it. As far as I'm concerned,
it takes up less
super
space.
Expensive. It takes up less space than we had. I'm pretty excited. So.
Yeah. Can I send a link to my item to a buyer? I said I would revamp listing to work for them, and now I want to send them a link. You can send, if you're in eBay messages,
send them the item number.
You can send them a link. You can send them a link to your own listing. It's not taking them off site.
Yeah, I think you can.
I've done it many times. I've never had an issue with it. You're sending them a link to an eBay listing. If you just send the item number, some people aren't going to know what to do with that. So yeah, you can send them a link as long as it's to your own listing on eBay. It's not a problem. The issue is when stuff gets sent off site. Red Neckerson resales $1.24 super chat. What? Yeah. Yeah, Laura says you can send a link to your, yeah, anything that's on the eBay website. You could probably even send a link to somebody else's listing as long as it was on eBay. It's not a big deal. Totally fine.
Apparently, the dog is very upset.
What is
her food dish is empty, so she's shoving it across the floor right now.
She's rotten. She's rotten. They've already been fed today, I think. All right, so should we go ahead and look at our sales highlights for the week?
Sure.
What do you think? What do you think? Share the screen here. All right.
Is this mine? Are we on this?
Yeah, this is you.
Oh, okay.
This is all you.
So this is not like a huge moneymaker or anything, but I just wanted to talk about Christmas selling year round, first of all. And I purchased this after Christmas. These are sold in Walgreens this year. I purchased this after Christmas for $7 when they went on clearance. And I bought all that they had. They only had 5 of them. So I bought all 5. How much did you say they were? $7. And I sold this. I took an offer for $35 and it went to the UK. They paid $35 shipping.
Nice. You only listed 2 of them?
I listed 3 because I sold 1.
Oh, you listed 3. So you just didn't want to list them all at once?
Yeah. So I sold it, took an offer for $35. It went to the UK. They paid $35 shipping. And because I used Pirate Ship, I saved like $11 on that shipment. So it sold for, I made $46 gross on this item. I paid $7 for it in the after Christmas clearance sale.
Nice. It is really, really cute.
I thought it was pretty cute.
Yeah, I like it.
It's just a Walgreens little midget, Christmas tree. I thought it was adorable.
All right, so these are, I think I showed these in a haul. These are these New Balance men's walking shoes. We were at Savers and they had like 6 pairs of them. 3 of them were lace up and 3 of them were the Velcro, otherwise known as hook and loop. And so I got all 6. They were all the same style of shoe, just some of them had laces and some of them had the Velcro. And so if you guys don't know, you can't say the word Velcro. You have to say hook and loop. Just so, and if there's anyone out there who does not know that, I have sold. Let's see, I think they were like $20, and then I had like 20% off. So I paid up a little bit for them, and I knew when I looked them up at the time, I actually was like kind of not sure. I was like, did I make a mistake? Because I knew they didn't sell for a super high amount, and I was kind of spending a lot by spending about $15 per pair or $16 per pair. So I went ahead and got 6 pairs, but I've already sold 3 pairs of them. And I've sold them for, I believe I sold 1 for the full $70. I sold 1 for $65 and 1 for $60. I think this particular pair I sold for $65. But using Cubic Priority, it only cost me like, less than $8.50 to ship these. So it doesn't cost me too much. And I still, I've sold them relatively quickly. I still have 3 pairs left. I hope I'll sell them within the next couple of months. And I think it was a pretty decent investment. Not a huge ROI, but whatever. I'm happy with it. Frontier Flipper wants to know if we have a video of international shipping from Pirate Ship. No, we need to do one because the only video I have where I show how to do international shipping, I'm actually doing it through eBay because it was before they rolled out the simple export rate program. And so at that time I was still purchasing my labels through eBay. So we really do need to do a video. We should do one here in the very near future but really that video is more about showing people how easy just in general it is to do your own international shipping. So we should do one of those soon. All right, next one for you.
Okay, I think I showed this in a haul video. Maybe not. Always look in the linen section. I always sell linens and blankets and things like that. It's this vintage made in Scotland mohair lap blanket. It sold for on sale. I think I paid $7. It sold for $66.97. It looks blurry. It's not blurry. It's a very muted pattern.
Yeah,
that looks like that. Color wise, it looks like it's blurry, but it's not, I swear.
No, you can see right here. It's not.
Yeah.
You can see the.
So what was nice about this is I sold it, I shipped it, the whole thing. I got a nice letter from the person who purchased it. She had one just like that. Her grandmother had one, and she used to cuddle under it when she was a little girl on her grandmother's couch. And she's never seen another one. And she bought that because it reminded her of her grandma. I thought that was the cutest thing.
That's cute. Jill, are you trying to judge me for the amount of tabs I have open? How dare you? It's all of our sales. I had to open them all. Here, well, let's make you happy. Look, I'll close that one. We'll close that one. All right, here's my next one. This isn't anything too exciting, but it's just a vintage 90s DHL t-shirt. DHL, the delivery company that does like worldwide shipping. This kind of stuff sells. Like, I don't really know why people are spending so much money on this kind of stuff, but I didn't really have this listed for all that long. Maybe it was up for like a little over, maybe a month or two. But I sold it for the full sale price of $41.99 for a used vintage t-shirt, guys. So I always pick up stuff like this. DHL is one of those ones that I will always pick up. And it's like it's just one of those weird things. It's kind of like along the lines of like technology and stuff, technology t-shirts and stuff like that.
The geek shirts.
Yeah, and I mean DHL isn't even really a geek thing, but it's just
not,
it kind of still falls in line with that stuff where it does sell. So anyway,
that's cool.
$42 for a t-shirt, a used t-shirt, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, I'm going to close this tab for Jill because she's silently judging me wherever she is. Jill, here you go.
Okay, so this was one I did show on a haul video. I took an offer and sold it for $110 because my sales were so crappy this week. But I only paid $10 for this. I've really only had it listed maybe 6 or 8 weeks tops. This last month has been a little bit of a blur, so probably 6 or 8 weeks. But yeah, it was a pretty good, easy sale. And that was it. It's just a duffel bag. Somebody only priced it at $10 and it was Lululemon, which, doesn't happen that often. So
yeah, nice. Very nice. All right. All right, so this I definitely showed in a haul. I did not sell it for that much. I didn't even know
I was going to say, well, wow, that was a good price.
I did not sell it for that much. They bought it yesterday. I will say, I will be completely transparent here. They have not paid yet, so I don't know. But hopefully, but they just bought it yesterday. We just went back and forth with offers yesterday, so they have pretty high feedback, so I'm not too worried about it. But this is that Nike Team USA Olympic jacket that I had found. It's a great size, tall size 2XLT. It has gone in the past for quite a bit, like over 150. I've had it up for, I don't know, a couple of months. So I've gotten some low offers on it, but nothing I was ready to accept. And so I went back and forth with this person and I settled on, I believe, $110 offer. So I was okay with $110. I will say this is the one I was talking about. Turns out they clicked on the sponsored link and it's going to cost me almost $10 in promoted listing fees. And I sure wish, I think I would have accepted the offer anyway, but I sure wish that I knew that ahead of time because I think we need to have that information. So anyway, school jacket. Now I'm like paranoid because I'm like, Jill's just watching me.
Now you've got to close the tabs.
No, it makes the computer run better anyway.
Okay, so I paid maybe $3 or $4 at a garage sale for this. Again, I like to sell vintage hard goods. I like VCRs. Not all VCRs sell for good money, but some do. This one I took an offer for $75 because the shipping was pretty close. It was going to Washington. So as far as tested and working, all I do to test them is I power them on. I put the VHS tape in. I make sure it plays. Plays, stop, pause, fast forward, rewind, eject, all that kind of stuff, which it does. I did not hook it up to the TV, but I'm saying it works. If for some reason they get it and it's not working, then I would take a return.
Well, and what's the trick? There's a trick with remotes where if you look at them through your smartphone camera and push a button, you'll be able to see through the screen on your phone the little light up that you can't see with your naked eye.
Oh, really?
And that tells you that there's at least power in it.
So yeah, so I took the offer for $75. It was like $16 shipping FedEx ground because it was close. I can't remember where it was, Washington or California, one of the two. And this was actually a fairly light one. Some of them weigh like 15 pounds packaged. Yeah. This particular one was not that heavy, but I paid like $3 or $4 at a garage sale for it. And so that was a pretty decent ROI. This one sat for a while. I think I had this one listed for about 6 months. And here's the thing. If you look at my photos, they're not fantastic. You can see my background of my curtains that we had. You can see the textured cloth on the table. So This new setup that we have with the background is fantastic and so much better looking than this.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, this is passable. It's white. You can see what it is.
And it is what it is. It's a VCR. I mean, if somebody wants this VCR, it's like, it's not, I don't know.
Yeah, there weren't that many. Yeah, exactly.
The photos might not be the great, but you have a lot of them and they show it from every angle. So I think it's fine. So Kara, how does going with trending rate on promoted listings differ from going with like 3%? Does anyone really know? I tend not to go with eBay recommendations. They're usually silly. Well, when it comes to trending rates, that's actually taken from what the actual trending rates are. So they take into account what different sellers are doing for their rates. Now, listen, just because you're doing promoted listings, whether it's 3% or 20% or whatever, doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be at the top of the list. There's a whole bunch, there's tons of other factors that go into it, from your sale price, if you do free shipping, if you do returns, if you do free returns, if you have more than one picture, if you have a high rating as a seller. Like there's a billion different things that go into whether or not where you're going to be placed in a search. And doing promoted listings, paying a higher percentage is just one of those things. I will say when I'm selling my vinyls, movie soundtracks, my records, I'm pricing mine quite a bit higher than anybody else's, but I'm doing higher. The trending rate's only like 5%, I think, for records. I'm doing 10%, and that's on purpose so that if they're using any keywords that I have in my listing, I want to make sure that I'm higher up in the search. So,
gotcha.
And I'm sure that there are other people that do that, and that's where those trending rates come
I use 5 to 6% across the board.
Yeah,
every category.
Allison wants to know, how was your cheese and meat?
Allison, the cheese and meat were fantastic. That was
we're still working on it. We haven't eaten all of it.
Obviously, we're still working on it. That was an awful lot of cheese. Jesus, I think
we wouldn't be pooping for months.
There was like 5 pounds of each kind of cheese.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the cheese with the pimento, like kind of like the spreadable stuff that you sent. Oh my God, loving that.
Yeah. I see Mike wanting us to talk about pirate shipping. Why don't you go ahead and give us a specific question, Mike, if there's something specifically about pirate ship that you want to know about?
Yeah, we do talk about
pirate ship. There's a lot to be said.
Anyway,
so my next thing that I have here is this awesome, I think I showed this in the haul. It's this awesome M&M's.
You did, didn't you have 2 of them?
Yes, I have 2 of them. I actually need to list the other one because this one sold and I didn't list them. A lot of times, especially when I have a used item, I don't necessarily want to say I have 2. I want to just list my one, and then I'll just like list it again with the second one. But I sold this one. I took an offer for $80. If I remember right, they weren't very expensive. I believe I paid less than $10 for each of them. There were 2 of them. They're really nice jackets, super soft leather because it's that lambskin, and then like the back with the embroidery. But yeah, I sold it for $80, and then I have another one that I just need to get. I just need to list back up. So, but that was a decent sale.
Mike, we've done many videos on pirate ship. Actually, if you go back just down and search through some of our videos, there are some that we focused specifically on pirate ship.
Well, let's
a little over a week ago, we did one on cubic shipping and stuff like that. So we, if you have a specific question, I'm happy to answer, or we're happy to answer it. But
yeah, let's wait till we get through these sales, and then when we're not sharing the screen anymore and you can actually see our faces, we'll do like a quick little synopsis over like just the basics of pirate ship. Just real quick. So, all right, next one for you.
This is something that I did sit on this for a while. I purchased this. I showed this in a haul. I purchased this in Rhode Island when we were on our little trip to Rhode Island. I paid $5 for it. I took an offer for $100 because it's been sitting here so long, and my sales were so bad this week. So,
and then what happened?
What?
You sold it. And then what happened?
For $100.
And then what happened?
And then I couldn't find it.
And how did you feel about that?
I was frustrated.
Were you yelling and cussing?
No.
A little bit.
Not much, actually. No.
You're starting to.
And then Katie found it.
She couldn't find it, so I had to be like, go work on your other shipping. And then I went in and found it. That's my job. I'm the finder. Anyway, awesome sale. All right, I'm jumping into my Etsy sales. I don't know what the deal is, but for some reason, Etsy right now is not showing the sold prices. So we're gonna take advantage of Flipper tools, and we'll look at this one. I definitely showed this in the haul because I love this T-shirt. In fact, I was a little sad about seeing it go. This awesome Catfish Beach Club, this catfish playing beach volleyball T-shirt. But if you go over to Flipper tools and you go into Etsy sold price, you can actually just put that link in and it'll tell you how much it sold for. So this one sold for $47.99. This was like a raggedy old t-shirt. It was like one of those old vintage t-shirts that's all soft and feels all worn out, and the picture, the graphic on it was all worn out. Love it. Sold it for 48 bucks. All right. Next one for you.
This is one of the ones that I'm always talking about. Make sure you go and look at the vintage hair products, the hair styling products. This one sat for a little while, at least a few months, 3-4 months or so. I couldn't have paid more than $3 or $4 for it. And it sold for the price that you see there, the sale price for $60. It's just a vintage curling iron.
I love it. My next one, my next sale that I had actually just sold this morning. This is one of those Gecko Hawaii kind of 80s, 90s t-shirts, or this one is a tank top, but I actually have a t-shirt up as well. But this one sold.
What makes it vaporwave?
It's just like that stripe.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of keyword to use. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Let's go look over at the sold price. And this one sold for, I think, $35.99 for a tank top, guys. $35.99 for a tank top. I really didn't have this one listed for very long. I think it's only been up for like a little over a week. And I sold that for $36.
L. Scott, the channel picture is blurry. Can you fix it? No, that's not something that we can fix on our end. We're not blurry. Usually that's going to be, I see that it's a little bit blurry there. If you go in and refresh your screen through YouTube, that's them. That's not us.
Yeah.
That's the YouTube screen itself.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's go. Actually, let's see if I can refresh it and see how it looks on our end. Usually it does look better. Whoa, we got an ad. What? Hold on a second here, guys. Yeah, definitely. I just refreshed it and it looks way crispy clear. So,
yep, just go in and refresh it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does that. That's how YouTube transmits the feed sometimes. But thank you for letting us know that it was blurry.
Yeah. So, okay. So next one for you is, let's get rid of these. There we go.
I did show this in a haul, that this was just a vintage Austrian hat. And I purchased it for, I think, $7 or so, $6 or $7. And it sold, I took an offer and sold it for $85, and it went to Japan. So they paid shipping to Japan, which I made another $7 or $8 on using pirate ship. So it's a pretty good deal.
Very, very nice. All right. So my next one, another Etsy sale. This is a 90s Jeff Gordon racing sweatshirt. And I actually sold this for $69.99. And it's funny because I had, what's that?
It is blurry.
I know, but that's not, there's nothing I can do about it. You see, like, I'll show you here. I'll show you one more time.
I'm watching.
It has to do, it's not us. It's YouTube that's doing it. Because as soon as I refresh it, it's totally fine. So anyway, sold this for $69.99. This is one of those things I got in that big bulk buy I did from a guy in a Facebook group. I actually accepted an offer to sell this to somebody in the UK on eBay, and it was one of those things where it's like they accepted and then they're like, oh, sorry, this is the wrong size. And I'm like, why? But then I went ahead and I sold it for $70 on Etsy, so I'm okay with that. Yep. Yeah, I know. Pam says, I'm surprised someone still likes Jeff Gordon that much. But yeah, I mean, some of the older stuff like this, it still sells well, and especially these bright colors. So, all right, next for you.
These were something I had picked up for, I know I showed them in a haul. They're vintage 1960s Red Wing boots. They look totally destroyed. If you didn't know that they sell well, you would never pick them up because they're just kind of cruddy looking, but they sell. They're made like a brick shit house. These things, you can't ruin them. I paid less than $10 for them. I'm not exactly sure how much I paid. I can't remember, but it was less than 10 for sure. And I sold them. I took an offer for 120. They did ship cubic. They did ship at a tier 3 because they were too big for the tier 2. But they went to the East Coast, and I paid $10, and these things weigh almost 5 pounds.
Crazy, man. All right, my last one. Somebody was asking about this a lot last week, I think. And I'm going to go ahead. We'll pop this over here into the what did it sell for on Fit Shipper, or not Fit Shipper, Flipper Tools, made by the same dude that does Fit Shipper. And this sold for $99.99. It's actually going to Canada, so they paid for shipping on that as well. And so I think, yeah, somebody was just asking about this last week. I actually bought this from the same guy that I bought the Jeff Gordon sweatshirt from. It was after I did that big bulk buy, and then he was like, hey, do you want to buy these racing jackets? And it was this one and one other one. So yeah, so I really didn't, I've had that for like a little over a month because I think it went up pretty soon before my accident. And so I sold it for 100 plus shipping. So yeah, I paid $20 for it. So I bought I bought two jackets, and then there were a couple other things he threw, a couple of t-shirts he threw in, and I paid $40 for all of them. So really I paid a little less than $20 for this. So I think that was actually a pretty good deal. Let me go ahead and stop the screen share here. Hey, it's our faces. What's happening, everybody? Anyway, let's see.
What am I looking at on the other screen over there?
What? No idea. I don't know what you're looking at. Why you gotta be like that?
Weird.
You're weird. I think there we are.
All right. So what are we doing now? Now we're going to talk about.
Well, let's just talk about pirate ship really, really quick. So pirate ship is just like any other. So like when you buy your shipping straight through eBay, you're not buying it directly from the post office. You're buying it through eBay it's going to Pitney Bowes. Or if you're like buying your USPS shipping labels on stamps.com, or you're doing it through Fit Shipper. Pirate Ship is just another third party that you can purchase your United States Post Office labels through. And in fact, they're getting them through Pitney Bowes just like eBay is, which is pretty much why, for the most part, like all the prices are pretty much exactly the same. We just use them because they provide cubic priority, which for a lot of things like shoes, it's a lot cheaper. For heavier, somewhat more compact things, it's cheaper to send through cubic priority, and eBay just doesn't offer cubic priority right now. And then the other thing they do is they have the simple export rate for international first class, and it's significantly cheaper than any other website or third party or even the post office going directly to the post office than you can get from any of them. So yeah, it's just, you just need to sign up for Pirate Ship and play around with it. You can connect your eBay.
And again, we don't get paid by them.
No, we don't.
It is a free service for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
We're just trying to pass on tools for you to make more money in your business.
Exactly. Especially with the prices going up here very soon. In what, another week?
The 27th. Yep. All right. You want to go first?
Oh, I'm showing.
What'd you get? What'd you get? Show me what you got this week.
I got so much stuff. We did a couple of bulk buys. We did some thrifting. We went to Pahrump. We were like all over the place. We did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff. We did. So
we were home every night and in bed before 10, but we did a lot of stuff during the days.
Danny says he went to the Savers by Sunset Station yesterday and found some killer stuff. Better not have found anything I would want.
That's Warm Springs. We haven't been there.
Yeah, we haven't been there in a while. Well, no, we just went to that one a few days ago.
Oh yeah, we did actually.
Yeah, remember? Because I wanted to go on Thursday night.
That's true. We went Thursday.
Yeah. So Kaling98, if you charge calculated shipping but use Pirate Ship, does eBay still take a cut from shipping fees? Listen, eBay charges fees on every dime that a buyer pays you, whether it's shipping or, so if it's, let's say I sell something for $49.99 free shipping, I pay eBay fees for the full $49.99. If I sell something for $39.99 and I charge $10 shipping, I'm still paying fees for $49.99.
Well, it'd be $49.98, but
I said $10 plus $39.99, madam. So you tried to catch me. You tried to catch me. You were wrong. Anyway, my point is, whatever a buyer pays you on eBay, whether it is the price of the item or the shipping costs, you pay a fee to eBay. It has nothing to do with how much you pay for shipping on another website or whatever. And the only reason that happens, it used to be you didn't have to pay fees on shipping costs. But some sellers took advantage of that, and they would charge $5 for an item, and then they'd charge $45 for shipping. Because they'd be like, oh, I'm not going to have to pay shipping fees, or I'm not going to have to pay fees on that $45. well, give me a break. That's ridiculous. Obviously, eBay had to change the way they did things to get sellers to stop doing that. So sorry, this is why we can't have nice things, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Etsy does the exact same thing. They started recently charging fees on the shipping costs as well. So whatever. None of it matters. Any money that comes in, you're paying fees on, no matter what. That's just the way it is. All right, so let's see. I'll go do some t-shirts first. These are ones that I found. I don't remember where we were now at this point. Well, this is Savers. So actually, I think this might be from Warm Springs, where I found this t-shirt. I love this. Oh, am I boring you?
And apparently I need a nap too.
I'm so very, very sorry. Anyway, this is a Hanes tag right here. This is most likely 80s. Some early 90s will have this tag, but most likely it's 80s. A single stitch t-shirt. I love this. This is a Riders in the Sky, the Great Trail Drive. This you know, when it comes to vintage t-shirts, a lot of it has to do when it's not like a sports team or something like that. A lot of it just has to do with what the graphic is. And something like this that's got like you know, horse riding and they're like lassoing and stuff like that. That's like a really popular theme. Thematically, that's really popular. So I should definitely be able to sell this one probably for like 35, 36 bucks. So I love it.
35, 36, huh?
Because I priced it at $35.99 on my Etsy. I don't need your attitude today. I don't think I appreciate it. Savers here today was 50% off clothes and shoes. Ugh.
Yeah, here too.
I hate doing 50%.
Here too. It's the sale weekend. It's the MLK weekend, and then we have 50% off every Monday. So it's like 2 days in a row, 50% off.
I can't do the 50% off days. Same place. I get another Hanes t-shirt, another blue one, same tag, so probably 80s. I think this one's awesome. This one is a Boston t-shirt, and look at that, guys. It's got some lobster. It's got lobster on. Look at those lobster. You want to eat them in a lobster roll?
Yes.
It's just a cool Boston t-shirt. Then we went to Pahrump, and I found a couple t-shirts at the Goodwill there. Generally, I hate going to Goodwill, but I did find some cool t-shirts there. And probably the best thing I found there, I haven't done any research on the stuff I'm showing today, so I really can't tell you exactly like how much this is going to go for. But this is a 90s Janet Jackson Velvet Rope Tour. This is from 1998. It's got Usher on the back. There's all the appearances listed there. But yeah, 1998 Velvet Rope Tour. I have no idea what the comps are on this. I would guess they're decent, especially with Usher and Janet. But cool vintage t-shirt to find. And I will say the one thing I liked about that Goodwill is all their t-shirts were $1.99. Not too shabby. Of course, then we went to the over to the old Salvation Army, and all their like regular t-shirts were like $7.99. It was ridiculous. Another t-shirt I found there, which I thought was pretty cool, vintage 90s. So you can see the Fruit of the Loom, made in the USA. This is a 90s tag. This is a really cool all over print, and this is Motor Coach Industries, which I'm not really, it says MCI. What is Motor Coach Industries? Do you know? Are you even paying attention?
I'm not. I'm looking up your velvet rope shirt.
So
they seem to sell pretty well. I don't know about that specific one, but
yeah, I'll have to look it up. Anyway, it's kind of a cool all over print. I don't know what Motor Coach Industries is, but it's got, see, one thing says Winnipeg, Yorkton, Saskatoon. So is Motor Coach Industries, is that just like Canada? I don't know. I think it's an awesome t-shirt. I'll do a little more research. This might be one of those t-shirts I charge up a little bit on.
Might be a bootleg shirt, but if it was, there's a couple of them because somebody called it a bootleg in the title. That's dumb.
Well, but do they have a back on them?
It says Usher and bootleg. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway.
All right. So if it's bootleg, I will not be listing it on the eBay. This I found at, I'll do one more here and then I will pass it over to you. Here's a jacket I found at Warm Springs Savers. This is a members only. It's not vintage. This is actually from a show, an Amazon Prime exclusive show called Comrade Detective. I believe it's a comedy. I've never watched it, but this is a members only jacket. It's from that show. I'm assuming this is like, I don't know if it was something that was handed out to the who knows when this was given out. I'll have to do more research on it, but I think it's a cool jacket. I always like to pick up stuff that's like related to television shows and stuff like that. I only paid, it was $5.99, and it was, we went on Thursday, so we got 25% off of that. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah. That's, you go ahead.
All right. So one of the places that we sourced from was, I think Katie mentioned it in our sourcing video, was this guy. We went to his garage sale about 6 months ago, told him that we were resellers. He said he gets a lot of stuff, cleans out of a lot of estates. So we give him a card, contacted us the other day, and we went to go shop his hoard, basically. So we each spent a couple $100 and picked up a ton of stuff. I took a look at all my stuff, added everything up individually, and I spent $250, and I'm going to resell it for about $2,500 on the conservative side.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited about that, but I just wanted to highlight some of the things that I picked up are some vintage hats. So I don't always do a ton of hats, but I do like hats. Something like this. This is vintage. They're all used. They've all been worn. But I washed a bunch in OxyClean the other day, and they're really clean and nice. And this hat goes for about between $50 and $75.
Yeah. And you got 2 of those, right?
I have 2, not 1, but 2.
What?
They're both in good condition.
I remember I found one that was a Chicago Bulls one that was a 3-peat that was similar to that. Not that one, but it was similar to this. It had like 91, 92, 93 on it. I found it at the bins, and it was new with tags. And I sold it for like over $100.
I have one that's new with tags, a vintage starter one that is similar to this that I did not bring up because it was toward the bottom of the bin. This one is not in as great condition. You can tell it's kind of roached out, very sweaty. It was gross. I have washed it. That's how bad it looks after being washed. But anyway, this should still sell for the $30, $40 range. And then this one, the big Chicago Bulls, again, this has been washed as well.
That one's pretty rough looking.
It's also pretty rough looking. They're all vintage 90s. Again, this should go for about $40 to $50, even roached out.
You think so?
Yep.
Ooh,
it's a very
gross.
This one's fairly rare. There aren't any listed right now, and there was one that sold in auction fairly cheaply for about $25 in the last 90 days. So I don't do auction. So I got those.
Yeah, so Monique, she actually just bought a bunch of those hat things that you use to wash hats. Yeah, so she got, would you get like 4 or 5 or 6 of them or something like that? I don't remember. You got like a bunch of them.
I have 3 of them. Yep.
Okay, 4 or 5, whatever, however many. But yeah, she just. Martha says she smells the hat all the way there.
Yeah, it doesn't smell because I washed it, but it probably smelled before that. I'm still not getting real close to it. But yeah, they've been washed. That's how rough they look. So I picked this up at Savers the other night. I think this was at Warm Springs as well. This is a new in-box Lego Duplo set. And again, even the kids' Lego sets sell for pretty good. I paid, there was 25% off of $5.99. It's new. The box is a little bit mushed on the top, but it's new, unopened. The last one that sold that was new sold for around $55. So I'll probably list it around there, $55, $60. That's pretty easy sell. And
yeah, knock all those over.
Yeah, here they come. Woo. We went, and the house that we went and sourced at, I also picked up the house that was the guy's office actually, that we went and sourced at, also had these new North Face. They're the Summit series, which is like, they're like Nike's ACG is like the North Face Summit series. It's like their higher end bib overall, ski pants, snow pants, whatever. Again, I have probably $5 into these, and I'll sell them for $200. So
ridiculous.
Those are pretty cool. Do you want to go now? I showed a few things.
Okay. I'll show some stuff that I got from our buddy Barry's storage unit. He is Afro Vintage on Instagram. I'm going to be putting up a video. I did take some video of that, but it was just too much to add on to the video that we did yesterday. You know, our sourcing video. So I'll do it separately of us just going, but I'm just going to show some of the stuff that I pulled out of his storage unit. This is, I haven't done any research on this. This is handmade by, is it Seminole? Did you just say Seminole Indians? So it's this really cool, like handmade.
It's like a quilted
It's almost
jacket.
quilted, but it's got that like Southwestern look to it. I think it's
clearly it's a Native American look to it.
Well, yeah, right. But I'm just saying, like, you know, the little, like lots of little, whatever. I'm very descriptive here.
Lots of little doohickeys over here.
Anyway, I think it's a really awesome jacket, and it's kind of like the shape of like kind of like a bomber jacket. I don't even know how much I would charge for something like this. I have no idea.
Do a little bit of research.
I will. What would you, off the top of your head, what would you guess it could sell for?
129.
120. Oh, 120. Not 128. You're thinking 120. Not 130. 129.
Right. 129.95 is probably what I'd list it for without doing any research.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome.
Kara Cooper, yes, I've done the whole toothbrush, OxyClean, and the inside of those hats, and I didn't do it on those specific hats. The white ones came real clean. The black ones still look nasty. I may do that. I'm just afraid to damage any of the black and take any of the color off. But really, they're so dirty. I don't know.
Do you know if the North Face was Gore-Tex?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Who asked that? I didn't see that.
Allison.
Oh.
Okay, next thing I have here is Harley-Davidson Jersey, Tasmanian Devil, Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers Jersey. No clue how much I'm going to sell this for, but I bought like basically four garbage bags filled with stuff. I think I paid them $320. Probably should be able to turn around and sell everything for over $1,000 for sure. But I don't know exactly how much this will sell for. I would imagine at least $40-$60. It's Harley-Davidson.
If that were bigger, that would totally be a shirt for Lou, just so you know.
Yeah, but he doesn't do used.
He doesn't do used clothing. But
yeah, this is from 90s. Even says right on 1999. So it's vintage. Awesome. Love it. And Harley stuff always does well. I know. It smells like musty storage unit. So some of the stuff's gonna have to sit. You calm yourself. Some of the stuff's gonna have to sit outside in the sun to spray it a little bit and let it air out. But this is a vintage 90s Polo Ralph Lauren jacket. And I actually think this one's, I've never seen like one that's striped like this. I think it's really cool. So I should be able to sell this for, I think I can sell it for like $60.
It's
nice
cool.
Jacket.
Kara, Boston Bruins colors are gold and black. That's orange and black. Those are Harley colors.
Yeah, it's Harley. Yeah. Probably my favorite thing I got from him though is my favorite single thing I got is this new with tags vintage dead stock cycling sweatshirt. Like, look how cool this is.
All over print.
Cycle. It's got the little cycling dude on the back.
Oh, that's pretty hideously cool, actually.
It's awesome. I love this. I bet it sells. I bet this sells overseas. I love it though. But yeah, it's new, made in the US. Dead stock. I think this is awesome.
Sweet.
Definitely my favorite thing I got from his stuff. And I got a bunch of stuff. This is another really good one. This is actually this is a Champion made in the US. I'm assuming this is probably like 80s. This is a legit USA wrestling team, Olympics USA. It's in a little bit rough shape. There's a couple of
red's real faded in the back.
It's real faded. It's probably like in the sun or something. I don't know, but it's like that was red. Now it's orange. It's got
that's fire. Yes, Allison. That's fire. That's fire, bro.
It's got a couple of stains on it. I hope I can get out. But he told us some story about who he got it from, and
it was someone on the women's wrestling team or something like that.
No,
or somebody that worked with the wrestling team.
Yes, because
it wasn't an actual athlete on the team.
Well, no, that it wasn't her jacket. Anyway, whatever. Basically, it's a legit, like it's a real jacket from the U.S. wrestling team, and it's Champion. Very, very, very cool. And yes, it is totally fire, bruh.
Just don't.
One more thing real quick. I'll show you from, this is actually from that other big bulk buy that we got. This is probably the best thing I got from there. This is actually a down reversible Harley-Davidson jacket. It's really, really cool. Fully embroidered on the back. And it is reversible. The other side is like this olive green. These sell, I should be able to sell this for like $150. Really nice big size in just fantastic condition. I don't even know that it's hardly been worn at all. But it's in great condition. And I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Look at it.
So, all right, you can go ahead.
Look at it.
Look at it with your eyeballs.
All right, so I'll talk about a couple of pairs of shoes.
Allison said she was on the women's wrestling team and she still practices every day.
Allison.
You funny.
Okay, so I got these in Pahrump.
Pahrump?
I got a couple pairs of shoes, but these are new, never been worn. You can tell because the bottom, like this is the soles are like clean, clear, you know, there's not even any dirt on the bottom. This is the brand. The brand is HS Trask. It's a high-end shoe brand. These are not very new. These are a little bit dated. These are those kind of like pilgrim shoes or the shoes with a buckle. I think they're a little dated. They're a little bit more 90s than I think is current, but they should sell really well still. Probably about 75 to 80 bucks for these. They're a good size. They're nice, heavy, nice leather shoes. I paid $4 for them. All of their shoes there were $7.99 and everything in the store was 50% off. So I paid $4 for them.
Very nice.
Monk strap.
Nice.
Thank you, reseller. That's exactly what I was looking for. I would have found it obviously before I listed, but off the top of my head, couldn't think of it. These were also there. These were behind the counter that I didn't see until we went up to pay. These are some big Reebok classics. So they're just the Reebok lowercase classics, low sneaker classics. These are new as well. I'm trying to see what size they are.
They're like size 15 or something.
Yeah, USA is size 15. They're new. I paid $10 for them, and I'll probably list them for around between 80 and 100. So,
yeah, right.
Kara, do I do the twist test? Yes, I do sometimes. I don't always do the twist test, but I do sometimes. Those were not something you could twist, so those are fine. They're leather bottoms, not rubber. Rubber is where they tend to dry out and crack.
Yeah. Leslie, it's Pharrell as a cat behind us. It's a cat, Pharrell.
Pharrell cat. That's from Amanda Clark, Clark West Trading.
Yeah.
She sent that in a gift package. Okay, you want to go? A couple more?
Your what?
You want to do a few more, or do you want me to do a few more?
I can do a couple more.
Okay.
I got, well, this is from that first bulk buy that we did. This is a really cool Super Bowl jacket from 1996, fully embroidered on the back. I love it. I do think I'll probably have to soak this because it's this is a bit yellow. It's a little gross looking, so I think I think
it's supposed to be off-white, honey, because it's the same color everywhere.
I think it's dirty. See?
Well, it's dirty there, but I know, but I think that's off-white.
Anyway, I'm gonna clean it.
Okay.
I'm gonna clean it. Anyway, but I think it's awesome. And
Vintage Pixie, yes, we will absolutely be attending eBay Open.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then at one of the savers, I think this was from Decatur. One in Decatur. I got this awesome leather vintage members only jacket. This is the old school rainbow tag. And this one I got it was $29.99. I got 25% off of that. And this will easily sell for at least $100. This is like just the old school classic Cafe Racer members only jacket that's leather. And it's in great condition. And I'll probably use some of that leather stuff that you got to get it all nice and conditioned up. But I think
feral cat.
feral cat. Yeah.
Some people said Pharrell with the F-U-R, Pharrell, and then feral cat. There's a lot of play on words going on there.
That's pretty funny. Open. They don't have the exact dates or the location other than just that it's going to be in Vegas.
It's here in Vegas and it's late July. It's generally the last week of July.
Yeah, but they haven't given like the official dates.
It better be the last week of July because otherwise we won't be there because we will be at camp. So it has to be the last week.
Yeah. So this is a jacket that I got. It's not vintage, but it's new with tags, vintage style, like satin bomber jacket. And this is really, really cool. It's like fully embroidered on the back. This is actually an army jacket. This is the 72nd
Casey says
Signal
Allison
Battalion.
can go. What? All right, you have to stay.
Crazy.
You can stay at Hotel Zilberberg.
That's crazy. We will. Yes, there is limited space, but we will. Allison, I think.
Allison, if you are seriously coming, we will reserve a room for you.
Yes. Anyway, this is it's just an army jacket, but it's pretty cool. I haven't done any research on this. This is a specific battalion that started in 1944 out of Germany. It's a U.S. Army battalion. I think it's really cool with the fleur-de-lis and everything on it. So no idea how much it'll be, but $10.99 and I got it for 25% off.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Are you done?
No, I'm
not. Oh, good.
No, I got a few more things.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Allison said, "Nice. I was hoping you would ask." Of course.
You're coming a long way. We'll save you some money.
Yeah.
All right. So I picked this one up at the Goodwill in Pahrump. It's a vintage, made in the USA starter jacket. So it's what the Bears, and cute little windbreaker zip up. It might be women's. If not, it's a medium. It's a men's. It's on the small side, but I think it's just because it's vintage men's. Probably sell it for like $60, $70. Let's see. From our first bulk buy that we got this is a Nike ACG. This is a down jacket.
Very nice. Very nice.
And this one is a size large, but it's a women's. So that does bring the price down just a little bit, but it's still probably a good $75 jacket. Again, I have maybe $5 in it. A coon room. There is no coon room, Angie.
You're talking about because my raccoon's right there.
Let's see. This is another one from that. This is another down jacket. Cabela's bright old hunting orange yellow goose down. I'll probably sell this one for about $75 to $85.
Very nice, very nice.
As if there'd be a coon room. Crazy. No.
Casey's gonna hike. She's gonna be hiking for a month. That's ridiculous. That should get you like 5 opens.
That's a long one. Yeah. And let's see. I will do my lap. Well, let's see. I've got 2 more little pieces of clothing to talk about. So I did my boy clothing. Now I'll do my girl clothing. So this is another one from that same buyout. This is a C by Chloe, which is a nice high-end brand. This is a really nice suede, heavy suede, kind of like a little swing crop jacket with short sleeves. This one I'll sell for about $100, maybe a little bit more. And this is faux leather. It looks like it's real leather, but it's not. It's a BB, which I don't normally pick up. This brand here, BB. But I got it because A, it was cheap in this big bulk buy that we purchased. Again, maybe $5. And this is a new with tags, and the price tag on this is $200. So I'll probably sell this for about $100.
What's up, Daryl? Yoo-hoo!
We got Funky Daryl in the house.
Yep.
Okay. So I have 2 more things to talk about that are hard goods, and the last one being my best and favorite.
Did you lose it?
Nope, it's over here.
All right, hold on then.
Okay, your turn.
I'll show really quick. I got, so from Barry Afro Vintage, from his storage, I got this jacket. Man, this jacket, let's just say it's a little beat up. It's a little bit beat up, guys. I don't know that the jacket itself is anything necessarily special. It's definitely vintage. It's a nice big size, like a size 54. It needs to spend some time out in the sun too. But
it is heavy.
It is super heavy. It's like
stinky. It smells like an old biker.
Yeah, it smells like an old biker. It's got some patches on it, and it's got just like wear and tear, and in the back of it's got a whole bunch of Harley stuff on it. And yeah, so this is just like an old biker dude's jacket that's just been beat to shit.
It's got some cool. Danny, you should have come to say hello. Danny said, I saw Katie in the Goodwill in Pahrump, but didn't see Vicky. And my wife said she thinks she saw Vicky. There was only like 5 people in the whole place. Yeah. And anyway, 4 of them were us.
I have no idea how much I'm going to sell that jacket for. But man, it is heavy. It is heavy. But yeah, I need to Febreze it and have it sit out in the sun a little bit and see if that helps at all. Because
Quinn, if you asked to join the Facebook group, you should be getting added at any moment. We have our admins and us are pretty on
When
it.
did you, I don't know when you emailed me, but.
Katie can look through her emails. She's horrible at responding to emails.
Horrible.
But ask to join Facebook. As long as you have a real name and a real profile, you'll get added very easily. If you have a fake profile or something that you created very recently, you may get booted. So send a message because of that. That might be why you sent a message to Katie. If you created a brand new profile to join the group, sometimes you won't get added because it looks like a spamming profile. So we're just trying to keep the spammers out.
If you just emailed me today, I haven't seen my emails. So all right, in that other bulk buy that we did, I bought a few different motorcycle jackets. I haven't looked any of them up. I don't really know how much I'm going to charge for them. But I got this one. This is just a Joe Rocket one. These ones usually do pretty well. There's no, let me see. I'm trying to see if they have no, it has the armor. It has all the armor in it, shoulders, forearms, back. I don't remember the last time I sold a Joe Rocket one, like what they actually go for, but they go for like a decent amount. Like I should be able to get like good $80 out of this, right?
I think more over 100.
Over 100, but I'll have to look. I'm not sure. I don't even know what size.
Joan says if that jacket could talk, it'd say this butterball never took a bath. That's probably accurate.
This is a size 42, so not like a huge size, but like I said, the big thing is when it has the armor in it.
Well, you don't have really huge people riding the crotch rocket kind of bikes anyway, so.
And then I have this other one.
Yeah, Vintage Victory. As if you're asking to join the Facebook group, there's lots of people that do approvals, not just us. But yeah, the Boss Facebook group is listed below, and there's Teresa, there's the two of us. We have 3 other admins, so lots of people look through the requests and add them several times a day.
Yeah. DJ, I don't know if you're talking about the big one that was like the size 54 or whatever it was. I don't even know if that would fit in a medium flat rate, to be honest. So it's going to cost a lot to ship it. These ones, probably medium flat rate because they have the armor in them. You can't get them down to a cubic size. So this is I don't know.
That's a women's jacket.
Technic. You sure?
Technique. Yeah, that's women's. I can see how it's fitted at the waist and everything.
Because it goes over to like it's a men's. Anyway, this one also has the armor. I'll have to do more research on it. It's all armored up.
So the armored ones, yeah. How are you going to ship them? They're going to go in a box. I don't know how big of a box.
I could get this at a medium flat rate. One of the flat rate ones that's the like a longer
rectangular
because they have the ones that are more square and then the ones that are longer. Yeah. So. And then the other one I got from the same dude is this leather jacket. This is just like a leather motorcycle jacket. This is not one that has any kind of armor or anything like that in it.
No, it's just a nice vintage.
This one is kind of like a
cafe racer.
But it is vintage. You can tell by the zipper that's on it. This is a vintage jacket. So it doesn't have any particular name to it. But still, I should be able to, I don't know, you think close to 100? It's a cool jacket.
Yep. So I think so.
That's it for those. You can go ahead and show your last 2, and then
Angie, I would not be shipping a four slice toaster to Polly mailer. I would just be shipping probably FedEx, depending on how far away it was going. It's going to go in a box, obviously, and I would ship it FedEx ground, FedEx home delivery, depending on how far away, what state it is. So just double check and see whether Priority or FedEx are better for you. It's probably too big to work into any type of cubic pricing. Let's see. So I picked this up at the Goodwill is it Goodwill or Salvation Army? This is Salvation Army in Pahrump. Everything was 50% off. I paid $10 for it. I have not taken it out of the box yet to see if it works. So it has not been tested. But if everything works and looks the way it should, I will sell it for about $100. The last one that was complete and listed properly sold for $100, $120 plus shipping. That's what they sold it for. So I'll probably do $100 plus shipping.
Wow. So you can like store, it looks like you can, it's a DVD recorder, but you can record up to 204 hours in the internal drive. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. I like, and this is not vintage. This came out in like 2006. 2007, something like that. So it's not vintage, but it is something, again, like most technology is obsolete within a couple of years. So people looking for them, And then
you can see it has a shipping label on it.
From
so
2007.
at some point it was shipped just directly in the box. So,
and I may do that depending on how it's packaged. Once it's in there, I'll take a quick look. So this, let's see, we've got some questions in there.
Do you ever get negative feedback for squishing into a flat padded or squishing into whatever? No, because I mean, first of all, I have like a certain technique that I use. So I'm not just taking it and cramming it into a padded. Like I have a way that I fold and roll. It's like fold and roll when I do jackets or sweatshirts or sweaters or whatever. And so it fits fine in there. It's not bunched up. It shouldn't affect the jacket or the shirt or jacket itself. It shouldn't be all wrinkled or anything like that. So I've never had anybody complain. Mostly people just want, I always say they want two things. They want to get exactly what they ordered and they want to get it fast. So it's like when I'm doing like same day, next day shipping and they get it in a priority padded flat rate mailer, they're getting it so fast and they're getting exactly what they ordered that nobody's complaining that I have it tight in a bag. So it's not a problem.
The Harley jacket. Yeah. eBay also sells 12 by 12 by 12 boxes. And so I have a bunch of those. So the Harley jacket could fit in one of those.
Were we talking about the giant jacket?
Yeah. G. Jasso said something
that
about
big. Honestly, I'd put it in a big poly mailer. I'd probably double bag it in a poly mailer in a bag because I'd be going by weight and I wouldn't bother trying to put it in a box. Honestly,
Enrique says, can you tell me the difference between a down jacket and a puffer jacket? So puffer jacket is the style. And a puffer jacket can be, that's that puffy looking jacket like we showed. And the difference between the two is like a lot of puffer jackets are made with polyester fill. And the ones that are worth a lot of money are made with down, goose down. That's the difference. Goose down is feathers.
The value.
Goose down is feathers. Polyester is polyester. So that's going to make the value higher. So goose down is worth more both in resale and original price than anything polyester fill. That's the main difference. And negative feedback for shipping? No, never.
Yeah.
Nope. So this is my favorite thing. So on the way back, Robin and Jimmy and Katie are all like, oh, we're going to stop at Zia Records.
Well, like I said on Friday's show, I was a big baby because we went to Pahrump. I didn't really find it. I found like the Janet Jackson t-shirt, a few things at the Goodwill. But then we went to Salvation Army and I didn't really find anything. I found a single t-shirt and there was this rack in the back that had all their red tag stuff. If you ever go to Salvation Army here, especially in Nevada, they do red tags on stuff that they jack the price way up on. And I had seen a jacket over there. I went and looked at it. It was nothing great. I kind of like glanced at the rest of the rack. It didn't occur to me that it would have t-shirts on it. And then Jimmy Boy he looks at it and he finds these 3 amazing t-shirts, 2 of which were dead stock, early 90s starter t-shirts that were all Chicago Bulls playoffs t-shirts, like 3-peat and stuff.
He's like, I found some good stuff.
See? And I was like, where were those? and I was already like super bummed that like I hadn't found anything good there. I was like, once again, Salvation Army. And then he busts those out. So I'm like, what? So I was basically like, we're going to Zia Records because I need to win. I need to find something cool.
And Zia Records, realistically, because of the frequency that we go now, because she likes to go, bores the hell out of me.
It bores the hell out of her anyway because she doesn't collect music. She doesn't collect movies. So
I love these things. And yes, I know there's money to be made. You can sit there and scan some books and scan some records and scan music.
She's bought books before and made money on them.
I have. It's not
t-shirts and made money on them. And so usually when we go, I have to be like, I promise I'm only going to take 15 minutes. But I'm always like, you can look at the clothes, you can look at the books or whatever. And so she was being a big crybaby pee-pee pants because I was saying we had to go to Zia Records. But now, never again. I feel like now you're always going to want to go because you know what can happen. You know what can happen. Touch it. How much I paid for this because you had bought something of mine earlier. How much did I pay for this?
$6.99.
$6.99. This is basically you can bring stuff to Zia to sell. People will bring stuff in to sell for cash or to sell for store credit or whatever. So anything they sell there, they will buy from people, whether it's clothes, books, movies, music. And even if something, I'm still touching it. Wait, don't show you. Even if something is sealed,
how come you get to talk about my thing?
Because I want to say something real quick. Even if something is new and sealed, the packaging, it'll have a sticker on it that says pre-owned, right? Because this is important. Because it said pre-owned, that means you can't just be like, oh, let's hop in the car and go to every Zia Records in the state because we might be able to find more. No, somebody sold this to Zia Records. because it had a pre-owned sticker on it, even though it is new in its original packaging. So this is the only one that's going to be in Zia Records as far as we know. Go for it. And I apologize.
So some of you may know the band Phish, Phish. They're kind of like a current day or modern day Grateful Dead. They have that same type of cult following. Their music is very similar. Lots of hippie chicks.
They were huge in the 90s.
Yeah, lots of hippies love the music. I've been to a concert once and it smells like patchouli and body odor. It's that type of concert, right? So because I have dealt with the band before, as a matter of fact, they helped my former charity back east. They did a lot of charitable events for us where they sold a lot of memorabilia. And the manager for this band Phish was actually someone that supported my charity a great deal. And so I recognized that their stuff sells for a shit ton of money. I don't know why. They just have rabid fans and they don't do a lot of merchandising. So their merchandising that they do sells for a ton, and they have huge collectors. So it's a puzzle. Nothing special.
Just a jigsaw puzzle.
It's just a jigsaw puzzle. It's a jigsaw puzzle that's sealed. As you can see, it's still sealed in plastic. It's a puzzle that depicts one of their album covers. This particular puzzle sells for upwards of $200. There are only a few, and there are only a few that are new. I'm going to list this for $300 for a puzzle. A puzzle.
A puzzle. Well, and the thing is, it's like with something like that, they probably didn't make that many to begin with. It wasn't, I mean, it's the band Phish. The band Phish, it's like, it's got a huge cult following. Like it has like these rabid fans, but it's not like they were like big on MTV or something like that. And so whenever they made these puzzles, like I doubt they made like a crazy, like a million of them or anything like that. So there's not a lot of them probably out there. And the ones that are out there, the fans aren't giving them up. And so to get one that's like still sealed, I think is a pretty good find. Yeah.
And for no apparent reason, I just happened to grab it when I saw something that had Phish on it. And I know that their memorabilia sells very well. I grabbed it off the rack. It was with dozens of other puzzles. And I took a quick look up on it. And I said, I bet this is worth something. I never imagined it was worth that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to sell that for about $300.
Yeah. So whenever you see a sealed puzzle, do you look it up?
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, I don't sell hard goods, so I don't even look at puzzles. But so I told her, I'm like, see, now when I say I want to go to Zia Records, maybe you'll listen to me, because that was pretty much the best find, the best thing you found
all weekend.
All week,
actually. So, individual. It's the best individual thing I found all week.
Yeah. Now that particular location, because this is the newer location of Zia Records, they had relocated the one that they had in Sahara to Rainbow. And it's a really big store. And the way they have stuff organized there, even for the stuff I look for, I really need a lot more time. So generally I wouldn't make her go to that one. But there's one right down the street from Tropicana Savers. And so I'm always like, when we go to Tropicana Savers, I'm always like, come on, can we just like run in there for like real quick and so I can get something?
I paid $6.99.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've sold quite a bit in puzzles. I do sell puzzles, and I will occasionally sell, certain ones, the round vintage Springbok puzzles. I think everybody knows are very collectible. Certain types of puzzles are collectible and they sell very well, but you don't find them very often. I'll pick them up when I find them at garage sales, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one I'm pretty psyched about.
Well, I went and I looked at, of course, as I've been saying, I collect movie soundtracks now on vinyl. And so whenever I go into Zia, I always go straight to the new arrivals, which is stuff that has been sold back by people just bringing in their own collections. And I always go through that first, and then I go and look at the stuff that's on sale and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I found like a couple of things for myself, but I found 3, and I'm pretty sure these are all from the same person's collection. I found 3 different used albums that I bought to resell. And these are all, I've got The Manhattan Project, which is a 1986 movie, sci-fi thriller. I got Leviathan, which is 1988, I think.
See it.
Sorry.
It's a glare.
1988. And then I got The Boy Who Could Fly, which is another 1986 one. And the thing is, I put these all in these bags right here. But what's really cool about these is they all have the original Tower Records tags on them. So the person who bought these got the Tower Records. They have the original shrink on them. So they are open on the edge, so you can still get the records out. But the original shrink wrap is on all 3 of these albums. So the what I like about that is it means that they're in really, really good condition. The sleeves are in really good condition. Plus, the records themselves look like they've barely been played. Like they're in just perfect condition. So I got all 3 of these. I think I paid like $10 for one, 15 for another, and like 20 for the third. But these are all fairly rare. Like there aren't, you know, some movie soundtracks, you'll go and look them up and there'll be like a bazillion of them and they just aren't really worth that much. But all of these sell for anywhere from like 40, 50, 60 bucks a piece. And so I have them all listed pretty high. Like I said, I jack up my promoted listings percentage on these ones. I also put free priority shipping because most people do automatically do free. Either they do free or they charge for media mail, which is much slower. So part of my things that I do is I do free priority because it's like they're all going to weigh in under a pound. I can probably do them as cubic depending on where they're going. They're not going to cost me more than like $7 or $8 to ship. And if I can sell one of these for $60, I will pay $8 to ship them to somebody or whatever. And so why not? So I'm doing all these little things to kind of give me an edge over other sellers, but most of these, there are not currently any listed at all. And because they are over 20 years old, they're all 80s, I was able to cross-list them onto my Etsy store.
See that? Martha, she is using that hand really well. All she's down to is this thing on her palm of her hand that's still an open wound. So her fingers work great as long as she keeps that padded and she's not trying to lift anything or curve that like it too much into a fist.
Yeah,
she's doing good. So
LPs I actually ship. They have special boxes right now. Vicky has some new ones, but right now I have ones that I recycle. And I have a friend Keith who buys a lot of records online, so he's saving boxes for me. But they look like this. This is like a record box, and so you put it in between.
It looks like a pizza box.
Bubble. And because of the way they're constructed, once you have them all sealed up, they're really, really sturdy. They're not going to get
nomads.
Hey, they're not going to get like crushed or broken. I mean, it would take quite a bit for them to get damaged in shipping. But if you go on like Amazon or whatever and you look for the boxes, you can get them for like 50 cents a piece. So they're not crazy expensive if you're like planning on selling a lot of vinyl. They're actually relatively cheap. So that's what I got. That's the last of my haul, guys. That's the last of my haul, y'all. Peg wants to know, do records sell if the cover is damaged but the record is okay? Honestly, I haven't been doing it long enough to really know.
The answer to that is yes, I have.
Yeah.
It does. It
brings the value down for sure, but
yeah, it depends on what you're selling. I mean, it has to be a desirable record. If it's rare and desirable, it's going to sell as long as the record itself works. But if it's not, then no. If it's a dime a dozen and there's 10 of them and they're listed for $10, $15, no, throw it away. It's worthless. I could
be totally wrong, but what I have noticed, what I think is the case, is it's really more about the condition that sells it rather than whether it's new or used. So if something is in, mint condition and the jacket is in mint condition and everything is like just perfect, it'll sell for close to the same amount as like one that's still sealed, if that makes sense. It doesn't seem to make a huge difference as far as price goes, where there's some things out there, like let's say an action figure, it needs to be sealed in order for it to have that huge value. I think it depends
on what you're selling, and it depends on the genre. It depends on what you're collecting. I mean, I've been selling records as long as I've been selling online, and
but records, they want to sell, they want to play them. So bottom line, people who collect records, they want to play them. So it's different than an action figure in a box. They want to keep it in the box. They want to keep it sealed because that's what holds its value. So I really do think condition is like the biggest thing. So I will say the record itself, the condition is going to be most important. But if you have damage on the outer sleeve, that's going to bring the value down to a certain degree. I don't know how much. It just depends. So anyway, what's happening? Thrifting nomads. Anyway, I think we're just about
People
done.
Keep talking about my hair. This is, I've said this a few times, but this is what my hair fades to when I haven't done it in a long time. If you were to see my roots right now, they're about an inch long. And this is about 7 weeks of me not doing my hair. I haven't had time. So it fades to this like cotton candy pink.
Cotton candy? Meow. Anyway.
It's just laziness. It's all it is.
Yeah. I think records, it's pretty hit or miss. Like there's a lot of records out there. It's kind of like books. There's a lot of them out there that are worth pennies. So I just happen to be really into collecting movie soundtracks for myself. So that's why I'm paying attention to the value of them, and then basically just selling them to cover my own hobby
obsession.
How dare you?
So Thrifting Nomads, they're in the house. If you don't watch them, they're the cutest couple with the cutest kids I've probably ever seen in my life. You should be following them on Instagram
and on the YouTubes.
And on the YouTubes, they do a few YouTube videos here and there too. They're starting. I don't know that they have a regular show per se, but they do a lot of like thrifting videos, and when they're like sourcing and stuff like that.
I'm horrible
with
I'm bad with the YouTube, so I probably see them more on Instagram than I do on YouTube, because
I know I see them more on Instagram, but they're adorable.
Yeah,
they're really cute.
But yeah, go check them out. Follow on Instagram.
Full-time resellers. They used to live here in Nevada, and now they live in California.
Thanks. I love this hat too. Dana gave it to me for Christmas. Anyway, all right. I guess that's about it. So
I think that's good. I think we did it in a whole hour and a half. Whoop, whoop.
We will see you guys on Wednesday. I have no idea what we're doing our show on Wednesday, but we will let you know for the Boss Up and List Day.
I have had a couple people offer to do some store reviews, and we might bring back the store review on Wednesday. We'll see.
We'll see if we have time to do that. But Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're doing our regular, more business-oriented show. So as usual, if there's anything specific that you would like us to get into, to get down and dirty with, talk about on that show, let us know. Send us an email or a message or whatever. And then of course,
send me an email, because she won't even look at it.
It's true.
She's horrible.
I try. I have Danny Boyd. I have a witness in the chat right now. He sent me an email because he said he saw us in Perup, and I answered him. So there you go.
You didn't tell me.
So there you go.
There you go.
Because he sent it to me, not you.
It's because my email address isn't in there.
Yeah.
Is. That's why people can't find me.
I need to add you on there. And maybe like just make mine disappear, because they'll get more answers more quickly.
Flamingo Flippers, first time newbie from Florida. That's a good name.
Hey, I like it. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming and watching us, and we will see you later in the week.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Bye.